Hello everyone, I'm Fatigue! I'm not actually Fatigue. My name is Decoding, the trained unprofessional, and welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings. As you may have noticed in the background, the microwave is going. We have a very loud microwave, and I apologize for this. Where Bri is thawing meat. That's literally it. There's no other things to be said about it. Today is the day my brother finally finishes moving in. So these last few hours where I'm in my own apartment just with me and my girlfriend, and these are the last few hours of that. And I decided to spend it with you instead of her. That's not true. She's doing schoolwork, so I was just wasting away in the living room being bored and shit. And I'm getting tired of waiting for him to show up. So I'm fast traveling by recording. Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quick to lead me to a table for two, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurant. By the way, I'm recording this before the first episode of this went out, so I have no idea if anyone gives a shit about this series, if they like the voices, or any of that stuff. So I don't know yet if any feedback has happened. So don't bite my dick off just yet.
Ugh, finally, I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time.
Your tail, huh? You really acclimating to the culture already, aren't you? Say it's for our security. They say it's for our security. It seems to be strange that they need someone following us everywhere. Maybe he just likes you. It's for our security, man. Security, man.
I'm very much aware that is what they're saying.
We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting-looking dragon who, unlike the ones we had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, possessing two rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Oh, hello, Becky Lynch.
Oh, it's the humans!
You were able to correctly identify our species based on what we look like. Congrats! Bri! The meat is done! I said! The meat is done! Meat's done.
Okay.
Thank you. Alright, so there's sarcasm, and there's sarcasm. We don't really have many, so I like the joking, like, wait, where? No, Reza didn't like that.
That's a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I'll be a waitress today. What can I bring you to?
Just a coffee. How about some scrambled eggs? You don't know what they eat here. I mean, they obviously have coffee, donuts, pasta, and burgers.
Do dragons lay eggs?
They do.
When you say scrambled eggs, will they freak the fuck out?
That's exactly my point. I'm thinking, today's special. Well, look, we're an ambassador for the human race. Let's sample the culture that we are in as a part of.
Yeah, me too. Just make it quick.
Oh, way to be an asshole, Reza.
Sure thing. 2 specials coming right up.
And there they go.
As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think that there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it, really? If this is supposed to be a completely separate space from Earth, or even a different dimension, some things just don't add up. Don't you think so, too?
No!
I'm not sure. I have noticed it, too. Let me just grab my tinfoil hat real quick. Man, I don't know, man. I just got here. You've been here for, like, what, weeks? Wasn't he here for weeks already?
I can't really say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now.
He's a charming fellow. He doesn't seem so bad to me. What a creep. He doesn't seem so bad to me. Trying not to make enemies, especially if he can hear us. No, nothing's wrong, I promise. Please don't kill me. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion. while I wondered whether it had been a coincidence or if he was really able to hear us from the distance.
I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble.
What kind of
Well,
trouble?
he's probably right.
What kind of trouble? What are you talking about?
Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can, but for now, let's just play along. After all, we'll have one of these babies. What? We already have one of these?
Oh, he's the generator. I'm like, what the fuck, babies? What is it for baby? What is that baby? He patted the generator's box for emphasis.
God knows we need them.
Oh, here she comes. By the way, I have a theory. They mentioned that we have that this planet has like a sustainable source of energy. My theory is that if they're all dragons and they have a sustainable source of energy, their energy source could just be cadavers, considering that's fossil fuels. I mean, it's like a super sped up version if that's what they're doing. But if they were able to technologically transform a dead dragon into a fossil, therefore to harness fossil fuels, then that could be like the big like, oh my god. But I don't fucking know. This is literally.
Say hi to Grandma, kid. She's got to power our car. Okay, but one other thing.
What?
Like, fuck people who are like, man, it's too dangerous to talk about. Like, if it's too dangerous, why the fuck did you bring it up right now?
True.
Oh god, this thing might kill us. What? I can't talk about it. It's not safe. Why? I'm just scared for no reason, you ass!
Oh, there she comes. Female returned, astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her forelimb on the table and proceeded to move the dishes out from her wing with a gentle push of her snout.
There you go. Watch out, it's hot.
Now shoo, Scaly face.
Don't be mean. Just say thanks. You're welcome.
What the hell, Scaly face? I'm so clever. You got scales. You're Scaly face now. That's one of the worst things I ever did to my brother as a kid, specifically. Before I knew anything about sensitivity about certain topics, I got so mad at him one day. I just wanted to like put him in his place. I wanted to say something that would really get to him. But since I was like 6 or something, the only thing that came to mind was to make fun of an illness he has. He has is asthma. So, and I didn't like say, hey, you can't breathe or something. I literally just called him Asthma Boy. I made him sound like the world's worst superhero. And Astro Boy meet Asthma Boy. Yeah, I'm not proud of that, but that is a thing that happened, and immediately I knew what I said was fucked up. So it was bad. It was a bad moment. We were having a fight, and we were brothers. And say things that we regret. Moving on. Apparently today's special consisted of an odd-looking fish of some sort. I was a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. When the waitress brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Reza leaned forward and whispered something to me.
I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do.
Oh, I certainly hope so, because if I get a fucking letter in the mail that just says, fuck the... says asthma.
I'm sorry!
I feel really bad about that. Reza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. Man, you just cut off his fucking meal, man. He was just trying to eat. But you haven't touched your fish. I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough, there was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Reza's earlier words. I did not even have an idea of what threat he might, of what kind of threat might be lurking out there. Eventually, I took a bite of my somewhat unusual breakfast. While I already thought the smell was quite peculiar, the taste had been even worse. I imagined it might be the kind of delicacy that had an acquired taste, one that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it was too late.
Are you done?
Sure am.
How'd you like it?
I'll just say it's probably not for me. And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. You better wait outside just in case it decides to come up again. Well, you tried the odd-looking fish. Achievement unlocked, bravery. What the fuck? You snarky ass! Sure thing. Oh, now we're outside. I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of this strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I had already found the similarities between their world and our own utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-before-seen form of life. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Out of that entire sentence, remarkable was the fucking word I got wrong. Jesus. Yet, here I was, standing in the middle of a village and evidently built by this race of intelligent talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Reza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator. But given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm for being focused on something else. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped in its maw, who apparently had somewhere to be. Oh, there they go. Running, running, running like a constipated wiener dog. Glad you took a time and fucking bring that to notice. I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I'd seen enough dragons to recognize the variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab.
I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind.
Of course not, as long as I don't have to pay the bill. I mean, how would I literally pay the bill? So I'll just say, how nice of you.
In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Reza has the generator, you're free for today. So if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town. I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Reza's words, I wanted to be careful not to stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know. I'll just accompany you back. I'll just accompany you back then. There we are. Home sweet home, for now at least. Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. See you tomorrow. See ya. And he's gone. I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it had been better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, and what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there, I don't know. There's a different phrase that goes there, but what was more is not the right one. Whether there were edibles that we had back at home that I just didn't know about, or something completely...
What's more?
There you go. Or something completely alien, I wasn't sure, but I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. That's a good point. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject matter, man, myth, or reality, to be quite intriguing, I had to give up after just a few pages due to its exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes.
Jones!
Indiana Bones. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Indiana Boners!
That's funny. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here, as it had back where I came from. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Hello? Is that pizza? I would like pizza. Oh, Postman Pat, by the looks of it. You look creepy. You get that look on your face. You're like, oh my god! Whoa, the difference in art style is, oh goddamn.
Hello there. Would you please sign here?
I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I?
I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation.
I see. Looking over the clipboard of the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza. There you go.
I'm Lauren, by the way. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
What is this about?
I'm just making small talk.
Wait a minute, I recognize you. You tried to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you to your superiors for inappropriate behavior towards your clients.
But it's important. Please, just let me talk to Pierce for a few minutes.
You know how it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities.
Help me out here, Pierce. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they'll come up with. Let me show you something.
The small dragon opened his bags, and you didn't close the goddamn door again. Small dragon opened his... rummaging through a number of letters and small packages.
I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have some 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy.
What are you, Lorm, a reporter?
No, I'm just...
Do you want me to remove him, Pierce? Is what he's saying true? Yeah, I guess. I see. That sounds pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later. But that's all I can promise.
No, thank you! Thank you so much!
He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now.
Yay!
Jesus. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was still holding Reza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was fake to conceal his true intent. He did mention I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was that I was missing. Or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there is so much to talk about since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting venture we are on now, right? How have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I'll be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. I have no idea how to decode this. Various things come to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. I think you know its meaning? Well, I don't. Read between the lines? Maybe. Look elsewhere for hints. I don't know if it means elsewhere, like elsewhere in the room, or elsewhere in the letter. Let's read between the lines. Lines, of course. Maybe I was supposed to read between them? I didn't have an implement on me which I would have been able to read fine print, though. Of a handwritten letter. I doubt a razor would have done anything of the sort. Okay, well, I didn't know that's what the fuck it was for. Or maybe he referred to the fact that we were both given at the apartment. Considering the things they provided for us, maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There were many everyday items here, though, and of course I still had no idea what particular I was looking for. Let's look at the bookshelf. The bookshelf was stocked with quite a variety of books on different topics. Look behind the books. Maybe Reza left another message here at some point. He could have known that I was going to live here, so I suppose it is possible that he helped me with the preparations and hid something for me to find. A lot of shuffling. No, even after removing every single book from the shelf, there's still no indicator of anything that would help decode the secret message. But even if Reza did leave a hint, this could have been anywhere in the apartment, so not just the bookshelf. Try an individual book! Maybe it has something to do with the books. The shelf is full of them, but I suppose the hint might be hidden inside one of them. Oh, fuck me! The Ixomen sphere and how to use it? Maybe it's that. As a manual meant for the general populace, this booklet intends to bring you, the valued reader, closer to the uses and joys an Ixomen sphere might bring. I have taken utmost care to use simple language and instructions to remove the well-known barrier between individuals and knowledge of proper use of this and most wondrous device. For interested parties, a chapter about the Ixomen sphere's history and ideas for advanced applications can be found later in the book. Quick Start Guide. Step 1. Place your Ixomen sphere on a flat, stable surface. Make sure that the surface is indeed stable and flat. Expert tip, use a spirit level in order to determine if a surface is absolutely horizontal in order to prevent the Ixomen sphere from rolling off the table unintendedly. Step 2. Why are you giving me all of this information? Plug your Ixomen sphere into any fitting household outlet. Warning, make sure the Ixomen sphere's power switch is in the off position prior to plugging it in. Step 3. Locate the power switch of the Ixomen sphere. This step may introduce some difficulties, as many different models of Ixomen spheres exist, with varying methods of turning them on or off. When in doubt, please contact your Ixomen sphere's manufacturer with help on this step if necessary. Now I know how to work an Ixomen sphere, whatever that is. God damn it. Let's try this one. It seems very poignant. Arc 1. It was we're reading all of this shit. It was a dark and stormy night. Nice. Relentlessly pouring was the rain outside, periodically interrupted by the loud echo of thunder again and again. So quickly had its roaring staccato become that it almost seemed like someone was pounding against the door. No, someone really was pounding against the door right now. The door swiftly opened, and the moment for which the house's owner, had waited decades was here. Not on the field of battle do you meet me, human scum, but in the comforts of my own home do you seek to assassinate me? Feel my wrath! May it lead you to a slow and painful death, he screamed at the top of his lungs. Why'd he spell it out? Your resistance will only temper my blade, inferior creature. Taste my blade and die from it! The reply wryly came from the human invader standing within the doorframe. Hero, that's subtle. quickly stabbed him with his Maggie pen, a lethal hit which caused the human invader to slump onto the ground instantly, his last words being, "Damn you, hero, this is not over yet," while he melded into a red blotch, blotching up Hero's carpet. Hero looked up into the sky and realized all the thunder and rain had really been the UFOs of the invaders, numerous enough as to rival the raindrops falling from the sky. This was the moment when he knew it was too late. This meant war. Really? An invasion by human aliens? Is that what they think we're like? Okay, we're not gonna read through all of these. Fuck this. Go back. No. Go back. Let's try the fucking bathroom. For fuck's sake, cabinet. No razors. There are some pain meds, though. I don't need to take any pain meds. Shower. Ah, no shampoo to be found anywhere, of course. and no hint either. Just some body wash. Alright, nothing in the bathroom. Let's try the kitchen. Check the fridge! Plenty of stuff in here. Look at it. Why are we able to look at all this stuff? It's not gonna be in an egg. An unlabeled container? Let's try that. It's an unlabeled container with some sort of white liquid inside. Well, here goes nothing. It's salty. You drank a mystery liquid. What the fuck? Look at the milk. Look at the... What the fuck? Try the pantry. Some fruits and veggies. Why am I able to look at all this garbage? What the fuck? Okay, so I'm gonna do some looking through this off camera, and on the next episode, we're gonna come back with whatever the fuck is the proper use. Whatever I'm supposed to do. Because I'm not gonna waste your time looking through a bunch of inane nonsense. And I'll point something out if something was of note, but for fuck's sake, this is annoying. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the trained unprofessional, speaking for the voices in my head when I say until next time, fare thee well. Bye! Bye, everyone!